буду продолжать находиться здесь.
My heart races every time I walk alone in the woods at night. But what if you were to come face to face with someone or something you'd much rather avoid? Tonight, I'm sharing the 6 most disturbing encounters ever recorded. These stories will make you think twice about venturing into the forest alone. Let's dive into the first creepy experience. Zhenya, a YouTuber who calls himself a true adventurer, loves the outdoors. He often camps alone in tough, wild conditions, documenting everything for his channel, The Survivor. On the cold evening of March 8, 2023, Zhenya set out for another solo camping trip, heading deep into a forest about 90 minutes from his home. The icy road stretched on endlessly, with no other cars in sight. It was clear he was leaving civilization far behind. As he arrived and stepped out of his car, the forest greeted him with an unsettling silence. Turning on his camera, Zhenya greeted his viewers.
Находится прям справа от меня. Справа от меня, и вот он пошел. Что это? Господи, еще даже не стемнело полностью. Я уже слышал сейчас какой-то звук оттуда.
But a sharp, chilling sound cut through the air before he could say much. It was unexplainable, something between a howl and a distant shriek. A shiver ran down his spine, but Zhenya brushed it off, determined to keep his promise to camp overnight. "Nothing's stopping me," he said with a nervous smile. Little did he know, the night ahead would push him to his limits.
Ребят, я сейчас еще стою, прямо несет около дороги, рядом с машиной. Сейчас в лесу, буквально секунду назад. Я слышал опять какой-то звук, похожий на вой, наверное. Как в прошлый раз, да?
Still uneasy, Zhenya lingered near his car, double-checking his gear. The quiet woods felt heavy, like they were watching him. Finally, candlestick in hand, he made his way into the forest. The crunch of snow under his boots was the only sound, and even that felt too loud.
И возвращался назад. Что это нахрен? Как визг какой-то все равно. Ведь я только зашел сюда нахрен, а?
Then another noise, a faint knock like wood hitting wood. Zhenya froze, scanning the darkness.
Я, знаете, что думаю? Наверное, мы вдалеке находимся вообще полностью от цивилизации, ребят, чтобы вы понимали. И здесь звуки какие-то, которые могут быть там в 5-7 километрах отсюда, они могут сюда доноситься. Плюс еще, вот, слышите опять? Плюс еще за счет, наверное, ветра. Я не понимаю, честно, откуда лай. Волки же вроде не гавкают, да?
Probably just a dog, he muttered, though his voice betrayed his doubt.
Это похоже на следы волка, реально. Собака не может здесь бегать в лесу. Собака, что ли, гавкала? Опять.
Fresh wolf tracks in the snow told him he wasn't alone, but the prints didn't explain the strange, rhythmic sound. Trying to shake off his growing unease, Zhenya found a spot to set up camp. As he worked to pitch his tent, an eerie melody floated through the air. was faint, like music from an old broken music box, and it sent chills racing down his back.
Палатка, присыпанная снегом. Буду продолжать находиться здесь. Находиться здесь. Вон оттуда. О! Что там такое лежит? Присыпано.
He spun around, flashlight in hand, but the forest revealed nothing. "Is someone out here?" he whispered, his breath visible in the cold. The music stopped abruptly, replaced by the sound of crunching snow, closer than before. Zhenya's heart raced as he stood frozen, listening. After a few minutes, the forest fell silent again. Desperate for some sense of safety, he retreated to his tent, hoping the thin fabric would shield him from whatever lurked outside. He sat inside for a while, trying to calm his nerves.
Пока что нету каких-то звуков, как в прошлый раз. Но я очень сильно себя напряженно здесь чувствую.
But then the sounds returned, closer, louder, and more bizarre. A baby's cry echoed faintly, followed by that strange music again. Zhenya's hand trembled as he reached for his camera. "You're hearing this, right?" he said softly, speaking to his viewers as though they could comfort him. Determined to find answers, he stepped outside with his night vision camera. The pitch-black woods stretched endlessly before him. Scanning the trees, Zhenya saw nothing but shadows. The camera wasn't strong enough to pierce the darkness, leaving him vulnerable. As frustration set in, another sound shattered the silence. It wasn't the cry of a baby or the melody this time. It was something scraping against wood, slow and deliberate. Zhenya's instincts screamed at him to run, but he forced himself to stay calm. The noises grew louder, surrounding him like an unseen force. He hurried back to his tent, zipped it shut, and sat in the darkness, gripping his flashlight.
Сети нет. Прям отчетливо слышно. Звук снега, хруста снега. Как будто шаги по снегу. Знаете, кто-то идет. Тишина прекратилась. Блин, как будто здесь звук. Я даже боюсь из палатки выходить. Кто здесь? Ой, бля, сука. Кто там нахер? Сука, следы какие-то. Следы. Так, сейчас. Так, в округе я никого не вижу. Где мой рюкзак? Где мой рюкзак?
Time seemed to crawl as he listened to the chaos outside. Footsteps knocking, faint whispers. Then, everything stopped. The silence was suffocating. And then it hit him. He had no phone signal. If something happened to him, no one could help. Panic set in. Grabbing his camera, Zhenya stepped out one last time to scan the area.
Начинается песовщина какая-то. Вот как, сука, как уже, знаете, к ноле так что-то начинается происходить. Ух ты, ёпта. Вот прямо оттуда, там как овраг Сианов. Сейчас включу этот режим,
But the forest gave away nothing. Whatever was out there was staying just out of sight. At that moment, he knew he couldn't stay.
Спрятался за деревом, вот так вот. Стихло. Все стихло. Все. Не включать. Что реально не включать свет. Сейчас перебесится. Кто-то ветками прямо вот там вот. Буквально от меня близко-близко, метров 30. В тепловизоре батарейка села. Так, секунду, у меня же есть. У меня же от камеры. От такой должна подходить. И сейчас я посмотрю. Сейчас, тихо.
quickly packed up his gear, his hands shaking as he fumbled with his belongings. The feeling of being watched was overwhelming. As he sprinted back to his car, the haunting sounds seemed to follow him, fading only when he slammed the door shut and sped off into the night. Back in the safety of his car, Zhenya was shaken but relieved to have escaped. His followers were left just as stunned, marveling at his bravery or recklessness for staying as long as he did. Zhenya later hinted that, while he would continue his camping adventures, he'd never return to that forest. And honestly, who could blame him? This video was filmed by Sky, a popular truck driver who shares his road stories on his YouTube channel, Master Truck Driver.
Hi guys.
I am so tired.
Usually his videos show the daily life of a trucker, the ups and downs of long drives. But what happened on this night was unlike anything Sky had ever seen, and it left him very uneasy. It's September 12, 2023, a warm night as Sky finishes a long day on the road. He parks his truck at a quiet rest stop, takes a break at the bathroom, and settles in for a calm night. While filming his usual evening routine for his viewers, something unexpected and spooky happens.
What? What is this?
Two clear knocks echo from his truck window, as if someone is trying to get his attention. Sky stops, looks outside, and sees nothing but deep, dark night. Thinking it might just be a bird or something harmless, he ignores it. But he has no idea this is only the beginning.
What? What is this? Fuck.
Within minutes, the sound comes back. Feeling uneasy and confused, Sky grabs his flashlight and steps out of his truck to look around. The weak beam of his light cuts through the dark parking lot, yet he sees no one. Still on edge, he quickly goes back into his truck, locks the doors, and wonders what could have made those strange knocks. Even though he feels uneasy, the rest of the night stays quiet, and he finally falls asleep. But that uneasy feeling sticks with him into the morning. What could have made those mysterious sounds? In all his 6 years on the road, Sky had never experienced anything like this. In the video description, Sky writes, "While I was making food, I started hearing strange noises. I went downstairs to check, but no one was there. I think a ghost might have played tricks on us. I rarely see paranormal events. It was so scary." Viewers filled the comments with their ideas. Some agreed with Sky, saying it was proof of something supernatural, while others thought it was just a prank by someone at the rest stop. So, what do you think? Was it a spooky encounter with the paranormal, or simply someone trying to mess with him? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Did these 5 encounters send shivers down your spine? Then get ready for what you're about to see next. This is Johan, the friendly YouTuber you might know from his channel, Man Dog Wild. Johan loves the outdoors and has a soft spot for animals, especially dogs. He's been exploring nature for as long as he can remember, first camping with his parents as a kid and now traveling alone as an adult. But he's never really by himself. His loyal buddy, Yeti, a stray dog who became his best friend, is always with him to enjoy nature's calm beauty. It's November 15th, 2024. A bright, sunny day full of promise as Johan and Yeti head to one of their favorite nearby forests.
Today we are in the mountains for an overnight camp and a little exploration of the area.
Today they aren't just hiking, they plan to camp overnight. Streaming live to his viewers, Johan explains their plan.
Well, this is going to be the area where we pitch our tent for the night. It's not too bad. It's relatively flat. There's a few divots, but it's fine. Quite a pig to get in here today. Just everywhere. It's just caked in crown of thorns. So yeah, it was quite bad.
Showing off the beautiful area as he looks for the perfect spot to camp. After finding a great place, they take a quick water break before setting off on a hard trek through the nearby mountains to explore hidden caves. After a long day of hiking and exploring, Johan and Yeti return to their campsite as the sun sets, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. They make dinner together, enjoying the calm as night falls. Settling into their tent, they hope for a quiet night under the stars. But soon after Johan turns off the camera, something catches his eye.
Yeti. Yeti, let's go. Good go, Yeti. Good go. I heard footsteps from a person. No.
Footsteps. At first, the sounds are faint, but then they grow clearer, circling around the campsite.
I hear something coming from just down the hill. something coming from all the way downhill down there. It sounds like water sloshing. I'm not going to go and find out.
On high alert, Johan wakes Yeti and steps outside with his flashlight. The beam cuts through the dark, silent night. Unsettled but not wanting to stray too far from the tent, Johan carefully looks around but finds no sign of anyone or anything. Reluctantly, he goes back inside the tent to figure out what to do next.
You have it. Wait, I'm not going to sleep. So those footsteps. I heard them. I heard them earlier. I thought I heard them footsteps earlier. And that's when I looked outside. There's nobody there. Nothing there. Again, she didn't bother her. And then, just now, the footsteps approach the tent and stop. It's
Feeling uneasy, Johan decides not to sleep. He lies awake, keeping watch while Yeti, unaware of the tension, sleeps peacefully. His dog's calm presence gives him a bit of comfort, but the mysterious footsteps keep him nervous. After 3 long hours without sleep, the first light of dawn peeks through the trees. Relieved by the new day, Johan steps out of the tent to greet the morning and makes a fresh cup of coffee to clear his mind from the eerie memories of the night.
good morning. Nothing else occurred last night, which is nice. Came out here this morning, seeing if there's any tracks. No tracks. It's not the type of ground to leave tracks. Clear as day, those footsteps. I try to enhance the audio, and hopefully it sounds, you can hear it as well. But so they approached the tent and stopped. They didn't leave the tent, you know?
When he watches the footage, the sound of the footsteps is clear. They never wandered far from the campsite, as if someone was quietly hanging around nearby. Even after a careful search, Johan found no trace of anyone. The only clue was a soft noise coming from down the hill. It remains a creepy mystery. Were those footsteps from a person or something else entirely? Johan doesn't know and may never find out. Thankfully, this unsettling experience hasn't stopped him from loving camping or sharing adventures with Yeti. Still, it's an encounter that will always stick with him, a reminder that the wild holds secrets we may never understand. And just as eerie, Zhenya's about to face something similar in the next scary video. It's filmed by Franco, a famous YouTuber from Franco TV. For nearly 7 years, he has thrilled his fans with wild adventures around the world. Known for his brave spirit, Franco takes his viewers to bold and spooky places, from haunted graveyards to empty buildings and strange, dark forests. But tonight, he raises the stakes by camping in the wilds of Argentina. It's January 29th, 2025, a warm, calm day that hides a dark secret. Franco thinks this evening is the perfect time to try a camping trip deep in a quiet wilderness. On the surface, the area looks peaceful and lonely. Yet few know that local stories paint this place in a wicked light. The locals whisper about skinwalkers, creatures that can change into animals or even people. The legends grow even darker. People here say that offering sick animals like dogs, cats, or sheep can keep these skinwalkers away, a grim practice from old beliefs. For years, scary stories have spread about this land. This is no ordinary camping trip. Most people would avoid such a place at night. But for Franco, it's a dare, a chance to find the truth. He has no idea that tonight will be far scarier than he thought. As the sun sets, Franco reaches the forest's edge.
It has just hit sundown. I'm right now in the middle of nowhere on a creepy road, and the area that I'm supposed to be going to is right over here. See that trees all the way down there? That's the forest, in which is the most haunted area throughout this whole like little Skinwalker Valley. So I've made it out towards the forest line area, right over here, and I did find something interesting. It was a pathway inside to the forest area.
He goes live with his viewers, sharing his plan and showing the narrow path that leads into the haunted woods. The darkness quickly covers him as he takes his first careful steps into the unknown.
Oh my God. Oh, this is creepy. I hope I'm able to find my way out.
Entering the forest, a chill runs down his spine. Every step feels uneasy in this new place. His gut tells him to be careful, and soon he sees why.
And I keep hearing stuff moving the further in the forest I go in. Could be coyotes, it could be animals. I don't know. But I keep hearing something in this direction. What the hell is that? I got something in the distance back there. Something back there.
Out of nowhere, his flashlight catches two glowing eyes staring at him from the dark. Shock stops him as he searches for the source.
I'm trying to see if I can hear anything move. I'm not hearing anything. I can't see anything. It's completely black for me. Oh my God. Freaking birds. See it? What the f is that? I'm gonna get a little bit closer to it. There it is again. I'm gonna dim down my IR. Bring it up just a bit. See it? What is that?
Even though he is scared, Franco forces himself to move on. He tries to tell himself that an animal might have been watching him. Still, deep down, he worries that the local legends might be true and that he is in real danger. His mind races with thoughts as he continues, his flashlight trembling in his hand, cutting through the black night while every shadow hides a secret.
My goal is to camp out here for the night. Bird feathers. What the hell was that? I'm literally going through this with just a blade. Nothing else.
Before long, he finds something he never expected, an old abandoned building hidden deep in the forest.
Oh, I just heard something. This is absolutely horrifying. This is so stupid. I really don't want to be here right now. I just don't like the forest because anything could be hiding in here. And I'm worried more about animals than anything.
Standing before the crumbling structure, Franco feels a heavy unease. Unsure when danger might come, he switches his camera to color and turns on a stronger light to see better. But by doing so, he shows his spot in the dark woods. Still, he goes inside the building, unaware of the horrors that may lie ahead.
If I see someone, I'm out. I don't mess around when it comes to people. I'm gonna check the sides in case somebody's hiding on the side. What the hell is that? What the was that? Fuck that shit. Oh, I don't know where the it's coming from. I hear something faint in the distance. I don't know if you guys could hear it. I did hear what just sounded like screaming coming from the outside. May or may not be the reason why I'm hiding inside this place right now.
Taking shelter under the decaying roof, Franco tries to figure out the strange noises around him. Every instinct tells him something is very wrong. Summoning his courage, he steps outside again. The sounds grow louder, as if the forest itself is warning him to run. The tension builds with every step, until Franco realizes he has wandered into something much darker than he planned. The eerie sounds continue, leading him toward another run-down building deep in the forest.
There seems to be a lot more trails going through here. I can't really tell what direction that sound was coming from. I just heard a man. What the f was that? Listen. What the f was that? Is this? I have my knife out because if it is an animal that comes running out, I'd rather kill it than it bite me and I get rabies. Holy shit. I am in some sort of barn-like structure, and there's webs all over the ceiling. I low-key feel a hell of a lot safer in here than outside.
Even though this old building gives him a brief sense of safety, Franco knows he can't stay there forever. Gathering his courage, he steps back into the dark woods with only the crunch of his own footsteps breaking the silence, but the terror is close behind.
Oh. I 100% just saw a pair of eyes again, right over there in front of me. What the am I hearing? I did see.
First, the glowing eyes appear again in the dark. Then, clear, heavy footsteps come closer. Franco's gut screams that something is very wrong, whether it is an animal or something much more dangerous. He knows he must leave immediately. Without a second thought, he starts running through the trees, his flashlight beam cutting through the gloom, yet also showing his spot to whatever might be chasing him.
So I'm even paranoid to turn my back towards the forest because I heard what sounded like heavy footsteps. I did see what looked like eyes staring at me from further deep inside coming towards the house, and then they were just gone. See, I'm literally just hearing what sounds like movement. What the fuck was that? I'm gonna switch to my other camera, my Psionics. Listen. I don't know what that is. Listen. It sounds like it's coming from here. Oh shit. Something moved in the bushes. Oh shit. I don't know what Oh shit.
At last, he escapes the forest and goes live with his viewers once more. His voice trembles as he tells them what happened. He is clearly shaken, unsure if what he saw was an animal, a person, or something supernatural in the woods. Looking for safety, he goes back to his car and drives around for about 15 minutes, trying to decide what to do next. Despite his terror, he refuses to end the night without one more challenge. After all, he promised his fans an overnight adventure. He drives back to another spot in the forest and parks on a grassy clearing, hoping this area is safer. But as he begins to settle in, a faint sound of voices drifting through the trees catches his ear.
The time is now around 2-something. And I just heard something right over here. I could still hear what sounds like talking coming from the forest. It sounds like there was people in the inside. What the is that?
The sound startles him, and when he looks around, he sees no one. Normally, hearing voices wouldn't scare him. Maybe there were other campers or hikers nearby. Yet this time, the voices are clear and no one is seen, sending shivers down his spine. The uncertainty gnaws at him as he sits in tense silence, listening for what seems like an endless time. Eventually, the voices fade away. Trying to shake off his fear, he tells himself that maybe the people left in another direction. After one last check around him, he tries to sleep.
I want to check in front of the car to see if there's anything to worry about. But nothing.
But his mind won't let him rest. Every memory of the night makes him more on edge, and the heavy quiet reminds him that he is not alone. Sleep won't come, and the uneasy feeling grows too strong to ignore. Deciding to check outside one last time, he steps into the darkness.
It is now about 4 in the morning, and I started hearing crunching sounds, and I thought it was right next to my window. But I hear footsteps again coming from the forest. Listen. I got footsteps. Coming from the forest.
fresh wave of dread hits him when he sees those same glowing eyes staring back. Panicked, he races back to his car. The exhaustion from the sleepless night and constant fear takes its toll, proving his gut feeling was right. Something was out there.
So I'm kind of finding it a little bit hard to sleep because I keep thinking about what I just seen and what I heard on the outside. So every time I close my eyes, I just keep thinking I'm going to see a random guy or something just standing in front of my door. Or those creepy eyes that I seen staring at me from the inside is the only thing that keeps bothering me. I can't even, I'm trying to close my eyes and I'm forcing myself to close my eyes without kind of panicking a little bit. Because everything that just happened was right here in front of me. So I feel like my own mind is kind of racing at me. It's like, Frank, you need to get out of here. You need to go find safety. And I'm like, no, I can't. Not this time. I gotta do this. Just wasn't expecting to see this tonight.
After sitting in his car with his heart pounding, Franco makes a choice. It's time to leave. He starts his car and drives away, leaving behind the haunted forest that tormented him all night. Though he escapes without harm, the experience leaves him deeply shaken. Those glowing eyes, the strange noises in the dark, and the eerie feeling of being followed have marked him. The presence seemed to stick with him even when he tried to move on. Franco later said the night was one he would never forget. While he cannot prove the Skinwalker legends are true, his experience made him believe that something truly creepy lives in those woods. Franco vowed never to return, and honestly, who could blame him? Did you already find this encounter disturbing? Then get ready for what comes next. Have you ever seen something so unsettling, so strange, that it made you question everything, even the people closest to you? This is the story of Lucas, a YouTuber you might know from his channel, Lucas Brunel. He's famous for biking through beautiful trails and sharing scenic views with his audience. But on September 3rd, 2021, one of his biking trips took a dark and unexpected turn, one that left his viewers stunned and his nephew Kevin deeply shaken. It was a chilly day, but Lucas wasn't one to let the cold ruin his plans. With his nephew Kevin by his side, he was ready for a full day of adventure, biking through nature, admiring stunning cliffs, and even braving the icy waters for a swim.
Well, this has been amazing, staying at my parents' and riding around Martha's Vineyard, and we're going to venture out because today is Kevin's last day here. See the cliffs and some paths and some cold water swimming on a very clean beach, cleanest on the East Coast probably, up at Aquina. And we're going to do some bush camping after that, and then in the morning we're going to do some rock diving at another beach. So anyway,
yeah, it's gonna be a cold ass night. I'm already kind of cold right now, but apparently tonight it's gonna be like 60 degrees or something. So yeah.
Yeah, cold. Yeah, but we're used to those temperatures and camping and all kinds of weird stuff. So anyway, let the journey begin.
Spirits were high as Lucas greeted his viewers, sharing his excitement for the day. The duo biked for nearly 5 hours, surrounded by peaceful landscapes and the beauty of nature. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, their journey led them to the edge of a dark, dense forest.
Acres and acres.
Alright, I think around here is a good place to actually set up camp.
Here?
Yeah, because it's flat. And it's pretty good because actually right now, oh man, we're at the top of a hill, but hold on a sec. It took us a hell of a long time to get to where we want to set up camp. As you can see, it's just after sunset, so we actually planned on getting here earlier, but anyways, swimming and some really nice roads and whatnot kind of got in the way of that. So, but yeah, we are definitely tired and we're going to set up camp. This is an ideal space because you can't really see it, but we are on the top of a hill, and we're guarded by another hill that's even higher. And so this is a really great space. So anyway, I'm really glad we made it. So we're going to set up camp now.
By the time they entered the woods, night had fallen. Shadows stretched between the trees, and their surroundings grew eerily quiet. Struggling to set up their tent in the dim light, the once peaceful atmosphere now felt heavy and strange. When the tent was finally ready, Lucas had an idea. Why not hike up the hill for a view of the city lights? Kevin wasn't on board. Exhausted from the long day, he wanted to rest. But Lucas insisted, convincing him to come along.
Dude, I'm tired as dude.
Dude, the snow is a challenge right now.
What?
The snow is a challenge. My legs are working. Oh,
This is a workout for you? Okay.
right now,
Fucking-
with the miles we did, yeah. But it's not the miles, it's the intensity.
Oh,
Got that, yeah. It's a little challenge.
I have no clue how you didn't get hypothermia today.
Well, you know, I did ride afterwards. That was the thing.
Shit, wait, hold on. Alright, let's go.
Flashlights in hand, they began their climb, their narrow beams cutting through the pitch-black forest. At first, everything seemed fine. But as they neared the top, they stumbled upon something that froze them in their tracks.
But that's after you flooded some sardines, young man. Anyway, we can find some dry firewood. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah. Wonder what your parents must think of you doing all this crazy shit. Dude, you're with me. Alright, alright. I am not camping anymore. Dude, alright, dude. I know I said the satanic shit, but it's a joke. I'm not serious, man. Dude, I don't want camp. I don't want camp anymore.
Yeah, but there's nothing. We can camp.
Dude.
This doesn't have to, like. We can camp fine. There's nothing out here to get you. Look,
Yeah, then what the is that noise, huh?
just take a look. It's.
Dude, you need to calm your tits. I know this is my last night.
How about I take it down a notch?
Dude.
And we enjoy the night, you know.
Yeah, enjoy the night with.
You know what? Hey. Oh.
Dude, Lucas. All right, yo, chill. You're joking, right? You're joking.
No. Oh, just chill. Just take it down a notch. There's nothing out here, like, to get you. I mean, there's
You're a man. You're
On the ground in front of them was a disturbing sight. A ritual setup complete with strange symbols and objects that seemed to hum with an unspoken darkness. Kevin's face went pale as he backed away, panic setting in. "I'm not into this kind of dark stuff," he said, his voice shaking. But Lucas tried to stay calm, brushing it off as nothing serious. What happened next remains unclear. Kevin, visibly upset and terrified, suddenly stormed out of the forest, leaving Lucas behind. Was he angry that Lucas didn't take the situation seriously? Or was there something deeper going on, something Lucas wasn't sharing? To this day, there's been no update about what happened that night. Did Lucas lead Kevin into the woods on purpose, knowing what they'd find? Could there have been hidden clues in their earlier conversations? Or was Lucas just as shocked as Kevin, but tried to downplay it to keep things from spiraling out of control? The truth remains a mystery. This spooky video was shot by Zhenya, a YouTuber who calls himself a real adventurer. Known for his calm style and brave spirit, Zhenya often explores old, empty buildings and far-off wild places, filming every moment for his loyal viewers. His channel, The Survivor, is a favorite spot for thrill seekers who love his daring solo trips. Whether he's camping far from town on a cold night or finding secrets in falling apart ruins, Zhenya lives for the thrill of the unknown, challenges most people wouldn't try. It's April 29th, 2024, a chilly evening in Russia, and Zhenya thinks it's the perfect night for another outdoor quest. This time he plans to camp in a thick forest about 2 hours from his home, a place full of ghost stories and strange legends. After a long drive, he parks at the edge of the road, grabs his gear and steps into the dark woods.
Ребята, всем привет, с вами Женя, искатель могилы. Ребят, я не думал, что когда-то решусь на то, чтобы посетить это место ночью, но сегодня я все-таки решился и приехал сюда. Ребят, это старое заброшенное кладбище, на котором, по предварительной информации, захоронена самая настоящая ведьма. Я не знаю, насколько это правда. Сегодня я собираюсь подтвердить или опровергнуть этот самый факт.
Streaming live, he tells his viewers about his plan to explore the forest and find out the truth behind a scary rumor. Locals whisper about a ghostly witch said to haunt a nearby cemetery after dark. Always a skeptic, Zhenya is curious to see it for himself. With his camera rolling and steady nerves, he heads into the spooky wild, not knowing the fear that awaits him. As he walks through the dark woods, the heavy night seems to swallow him whole. The only light comes from a small flickering candle that throws long, eerie shadows. He carefully looks for a spot to set up his tent.
Ребят, вот так вот установил палатку в непосредственной близости около могил.
And soon finds one right next to worn gravestones where the dead rest. It isn't the best place for most, but it is just what Zhenya needs. Undeterred by the grim scene, he climbs into his tent, opens his laptop, and begins sharing the cemetery's history with his viewers. Soon, though, an unexpected sound breaks his focus.
Есть еще близлежащая деревня отсюда. Сука, показалось, блин. Знаете, когда находишься здесь, как-то на подсознательном уровне не чувствуешь себя не так страшно, а как когда ты находишься... Я застегнул палатку, блин.
A strange noise echoing in the still night. Thinking it might be a sound from a nearby village, Zhenya tells his viewers he isn't scared. Determined to keep going, he resumes telling the eerie legends of the place.
Могилы и все. Конечно, жутко. Конечно, жутко. Что это нахрен было?
But the uneasy feeling grows as the noises continue, making him more nervous. Stepping out of the tent with a flashlight in hand, he promises to face whatever is outside.
Ребят, только что. Бля, мне так еще не было страшно. Там в кладбище был треск. Я не знаю, сколько записался звук. Буду надеяться, что записался.
The light sweeps over trees and gravestones but shows nothing odd. Then, suddenly, a haunting sound cuts through the silence. A soft, almost musical voice that sounds like singing coming from the cemetery. Frozen, Zhenya listens as the sound grows louder, sending chills down his spine. Instead of backing off, he chooses to follow the voice. His determination is strong as he moves closer to the cemetery.
просто нереально страшно. Вот там идет вход в само кладбище.
With every step, the air feels heavier, as if the forest itself is warning him to go back. Near the cemetery, Zhenya can't shake the feeling of being watched.
Вы знаете, что это? Ну, от кладбища она отходит. От кладбища она отходит. Это очень странно.
At first, a faint glowing light flickers in the bushes next to him, barely seen in the dark. Then, as he moves further, two glowing eyes appear from the shadows, fixed on him. Still, Zhenya pushes on, focused on finding the source of the singing. When he finally steps onto the cemetery ground, he sees something that makes his blood run cold. A figure standing by a tree, trying to hide. Gathering all his courage, he decides to face the presence.
Ребят, просто нереальная жесть. А теперь просто представьте на секунду, что вот я сейчас здесь стою. Ребят, это можно, ну, без шуток, просто получить разрыв сердца.
Was this the rumored witch, or was his mind playing tricks on him? Hungry for answers, he walks straight toward the figure, only to see something that shakes him deeply. Realizing he might not be alone, he acts with care. Feeling very uneasy and knowing the danger is real, he decides to go back to his tent. Choosing safety over a fight, Zhenya makes his way back through the forest.
Да блин, эти звуки, блин, деревьев. Подождите секунду, я вроде бы закрывал, когда уходил, палатку. Или нет? Сука. Это называется «У страха глаза велики». Просто банально, я, наверное, не помню, что я ее не закрывал, а оставил в таком положении. Это не мой след. В смысле...
When he finally reaches his camp, his relief quickly turns to fear. His tent is wide open, and inside he finds footprints that aren't his. A chill runs down his spine as his mind fills with questions. Now, it isn't just the ghostly witch that haunts him. It's the creepy feeling of someone else roaming the woods.
Блин, спокойно, спокойно. Может быть, я просто не помню. Я не помню, когда последний раз брал эту палатку и куда я ее брал. Может быть, это мой старый след, и я наступал в каких-то других своих кроссовках. Друзья, только что я отключил сейчас полностью весь свет. Там подъехала какая-то машина. Ребят, для меня очень странно, зачем приезжать на кладбище ночью на машине в 2 нахрен часа ночи и что-то здесь делать.
Frozen by fear, Zhenya wonders if he's being followed or watched, as the forest turns into a trap of hidden threats. Just when he thinks the night can't get any worse, piercing scream breaks the silence, echoing through the trees. Startled and on high alert, Zhenya quickly grabs his camera and starts recording. Moments later, a beam of light cuts through the darkness, steadily coming toward his camp. Frozen in terror, he watches as the light grows nearer, eventually revealing the outline of a figure coming straight toward him. Realizing the danger is too great, Zhenya leaves his tent and runs into the forest, his heart pounding as he heads for the relative safety of his car. Once inside, he locks the doors and speeds away, leaving behind his gear and his bravery. Though he escapes without harm, the encounter leaves him very shaken. This scary experience is a strong reminder that sometimes the real dangers in the wild are not ghost stories, but real, unpredictable people hiding in the shadows. But what if you're not sure whether it's people or something supernatural stalking you? That's it for today, everyone. But if you're craving more spine-chilling stories and unsettling mysteries, click on the video you see on the screen now. Who knows what eerie surprises are waiting for you there?